Hey guys, I want to tell you why tariffs are the greatest thing to happen in years. Years and years and years, and why it is a phenomenal, wonderful thing. And I'm also going to show you how I'm taking advantage of this, and you could too if you want to. So, a lot of people are freaking out. What is the president doing? These tariffs, they're going to wreck the whole economy, and they're going to cause havoc, and it's going to cause the stock market and crypto and everything to drop. But I'm a little counterintuitive, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to share some of my experience with you so that you can maybe take advantage of some of this market. Now, this isn't financial advice. It's just what I've done for a long time. But I want to bring you back in time to my investing journey. In the mid-90s, I met one of my first mentors. It was a tech entrepreneur, and I met him in the mall when I was working at Radio Shack. I fixed his ham radio, and he said, "Hey man, do you need a mentor?" And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Well, let's go to lunch and I'll tell you about it." And he taught me these things, and I'm going to teach them to you. One of the first things he told me to do, and I'm not telling you to do this, but this is what he told me to do. Back in the day, he said, "I want you to buy Microsoft and a company called Amazon. They're really great companies." So I wasn't making that much money. I was only making less than $20,000 a year when I was a kid working in the mall. But bought a little bit of Microsoft, bought a little Amazon. It's my first stint into stocks. And those companies, a lot of people were worried because they were very, very new to the internet, and the internet was very new, and people were worried that they weren't going to become something. So they continued to grow, and they skyrocketed. And in the year 2000, both those stocks dropped 80% in 1 year. Now, a lot of my friends were like, "Sell, why didn't you sell? You're so stupid. You're down 80%. I'm like, "Well, I'm not down 80% because they went up, and I've been buying early, but with this 80% correction, what should I do?" So I called my mentor up, and I'm like, "What do I do?" And he's like, "Dude, it's the greatest sale. Unless you need the money right now, don't hope for it to actually go up like crazy. And if it's gone up like crazy, great. But when it's cheap, you want it to be cheap because you want to continue to accumulate as long as they're companies that have a compelling future." And what's a compelling future? So a compelling future is, one, a team of people who are smart and have a track record and they can make it happen. Two, a roadmap that's viable. And three, real world utility and application. So Amazon obviously was selling all kinds of goods, and they continue to take over the planet for e-com. But Microsoft, huge. Did you know they host a huge percentage of all the data in the cloud on Microsoft Azure? A lot of people don't know that. So it's just not Microsoft Office and Word and Excel. It's data center and it's AI. They own over 50% of Chat GPT. I bet a lot of you guys didn't know that. So when I see companies like this take big dips, when I see NVIDIA take big dips, when I see AMD take big dips, Intel, all these different companies, I'm really excited because it's the time not to mortgage your house and invest in crypto and stocks, but if you do have consistent income, to take a small percentage of that and DCA, dollar cost average, every single month into those. So I don't plan on selling my Bitcoin, my Amazon, my Microsoft, my NVIDIA. I plan to continue to accumulate. Now, some of you try to catch the dip because there's usually a thing called a dead cat bounce. So today we're seeing massive stock market corrections. In fact, right after this video, I'm gonna go buy some more. But you're seeing some massive stock market corrections. And so what I'll do is I'll take whatever extra money I have and I'll disperse it over a certain amount of time. That could be a week, a month, 90 days, 6 months. I'm going to go in a smaller compression cycle, probably over the next 60 days for my dollar cost averaging, for a lot of extra cash that I have. Now, I understand that a lot of you are living paycheck to paycheck, and one thing you can do is you got to treat investing like a bill. So cancel your Netflix, your Spotify, your Apple Music, all your subscription stuff, and cancel those. And if your relatives have it, a lot of times they have a family share plan, and give them a couple bucks a month to share the plan with you, and take all that extra money and invest it. Cancel your vacations. Don't buy anything stupid. You don't need a new car, especially with tariffs. Take all that extra money and invest it in solid companies and projects. At least that's what I'm doing, okay? Now, I can't tell you what to buy. You got to do that. Talk to a financial professional. I'm just an entrepreneur who's been doing it since 1992. with crypto. Actually, crypto was 2014, but with stocks since the mid-90s and real estate since 1992. So that's what I'm going to tell you, really how to look at it. So unless you plan to sell and you need that money right now, it's on sale. And there's a thing called a P&E ratio, and you want to look at that. Has to do with the profits of a company compared to their earnings and all that. And you want to look at that P&E. And if it's a tech company, some of these P&Es are just outrageously high. And now they're kind of returning to a point of entry where they're starting to make sense. So guys and girls, don't go all completely ape in, but plan on dollar cost averaging. You may want to pick a couple pieces of crypto you like and done your research on, maybe 3, 4, 5 stocks that you really, really like in the tech sector, which is really getting beat up. And this is the time where you can really build a lot of wealth. And a few years from now, a lot of people are going to say to you, gosh, how'd you get so lucky? I don't know if you know this, but in 2018-19, if you bought like 10 grand of NVIDIA, at the highest point, that 10 grand was almost $500,000. And right now it's about $350,000-$60,000. That's from 10 grand. But back then, again, when they dipped and stuff like that, a lot of people are like, dump. Again, counterintuitive. For me, it's about buy when the sales do happen. Because with real estate, stocks, crypto, a lot of times you make your big money on the buy. But the key is to be consistent. It's not overnight, and it's not going to take a month. It's going to take some time to build. So guys, a couple things. When people are fearful, that's when you want to be very assertive and greedy and accumulating. That's really when you want to go on the offense. Now, if you own a business right now and you're freaking out because of tariffs, there's a lot of things you can do with tariffs. There's certain countries that aren't being, taxed as high for those tariffs and things like that. And so in the tech industry, we do a lot of maneuvering to be able to avoid as many tariffs as we can. And obviously, we might have to pay some. But now's the time to go on the offensive, because most of your competitors out there are scared and they're going to do nothing. They're going to be like a deer in headlights. And that's when you want to go on the offensive. Well, something that was interesting, I want to share this with you. When COVID first started, there was a group of me and about 3 other entrepreneurs. We would get together almost every day and talk about the things we were going to buy, what we were going to be aggressive at. This on the stock market. Many stocks were corrected 60, 70%. Real estate, a lot of it 25, 30, 40, 50% off. People were just dumping. And it was crazy. Crypto, dumping. And during that small period of time, I almost doubled my net worth. So you're talking 25 years of hard work. I was able to use this big dip during the pandemic and do it in less than 3-4 years, as far as almost doubling my personal net worth portfolio. So it's so counterintuitive, and it's against your gut. And the best thing that, a lot of people in their mind, they just want to be safe. Be safe, have a buffer so you can cover your bills. But whatever you do for work, if you run a business, go on the offensive. Like, cancel those vacations, work 7 days a week if you have to. Now's the time to step up and to make those deployments and make those improvements to really stand out, to generate cash flow, and to be able to invest in things that you might want to invest in. All right, guys, I'm giving you this. Be courageous, because remember, courage is built by practicing courage. So if anything, if you're not going to accumulate more, by all means, don't dump everything that you have and sell off and be scared and run to cash like all the sheep. Because if you do that, as soon as a rebound happens, you're going to be buying at the top and you're going to feel dumb, and you don't want to repeat that cycle. All right, guys, I love you. If you found this valuable, guess what? I'm not selling you anything. No subscriptions to a coaching program or any garbage like that. You can buy computers from me in my bio if you need a computer for gaming or running your business or doing AI or creating video games or movies. You can buy a computer from me. And as you know, myself and my partner, business partner, Bridger Pennington, run the Ugly Unicorn Crypto Hedge Fund. If you're an accredited investor and you're interested, just direct message me or Bridger. We'd be happy to answer any questions. All right, share this video. Appreciate you guys.